What is going on, everyone? It's Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about something interesting that happened during the Watchtower live stream yesterday, showing off some new gameplay from Batman Atrocitus, showing off the gear, how it works, and also announcing that the beta for Injustice 2 actually is live currently right now, and NetherRealm is sending waves of beta code. So unfortunately, I actually did not get my beta code on the first day, but a fan gave me a beta code earlier today, so I definitely will be streaming some Injustice 2 here on the YouTube channel and on Twitch, so make sure you guys go follow my Twitch channel if you guys want to see some Injustice 2 beta gameplay. But hopefully we could get in there, we could learn some stuff. I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked at first, but that's fine. That's how you learn in fighting games. Eventually, you know, we're all gonna get better. So definitely expect a lot of Injustice 2 gameplay throughout the course of the beta. But now let's get on to the actual topic, which is new possibilities for DLC. And what I mean by that is previously, before this Watchtower, which I don't know, not too many people are talking about this. I haven't seen anyone talk about this, but Ed Boon actually made a statement that is like the first time he said this, I think, ever. I don't have the clip, but I'll just summarize it for you guys. Someone asked him if there was a chance of any Injustice 1 DLC characters to make it into the main roster. And he said that there's a very, very slim chance that a character that was DLC in Injustice 1 will make it into the main roster of Injustice 2. But then he said that just because they're not on the main roster doesn't mean that they can't make it ever. And that's actually a big deal, and he pretty much said that just because a character was DLC in the first Injustice game doesn't mean he can't be DLC in Injustice 2. And this is actually a first, because Ed Boon has come out and said before many times that NetherRealm doesn't like doing the same DLC character for two different games. So for example, Freddy Krueger was DLC for Mortal Kombat 9. I think a lot of people would have liked to see Freddy Krueger in Mortal Kombat X, but they had this thing where they had confirmed and they had said that they don't like doing the same DLC character for two different games. So the fact that this opens up possibilities for, let's just say, Martian Manhunter, Batgirl, those DLC characters from Injustice 1 to return as DLC for Injustice 2, it opens up, like I mentioned, a lot more possibilities. Because I really did not see Injustice 2 not having Martian Manhunter, to be honest. You know, Zatanna, Zod, all these other characters, even Batgirl. You know, I looked at the roster and I'm like, you know, these characters could probably be left out. Of course, Scorpion is not going to make it. It's probably going to be Sub-Zero, and I'll talk more about that in a bit. But Martian Manhunter is, you know, a very, very important character in the DC universe. He's one of the strongest characters in the DC universe. So I really did not see Injustice 2 without Martian Manhunter. And the fact that he's not going to be on the main roster, or, you know, based on what Ed Boon said, that there's a very, very, very slim chance of Injustice 1 DLC characters making it into the main roster, you know, kind of left me scratching my head. But when he said that just because, you know, a character was DLC in Injustice 1, that doesn't mean he can't make it as DLC in Injustice 2 or in the future for Injustice 2. You know, it opens up the possibility of Martian Manhunter being DLC again. And, you know, something that I thought of, maybe they could have like a Injustice 1 pack, something like that, where they bring in maybe 3 to 4 characters, or maybe like 2 characters in a pack that were DLC characters in Injustice 1. Something like that would be cool. But I'm not sure how many of those 9 DLC characters that have been confirmed that we're gonna get over the course of however long, you know, they released the DLC characters for. They pretty much said that Injustice 2 is gonna have the longest span of extra content and support for the game. So Mortal Kombat X received about 1 year. Yeah, about exactly 1 year lifespan filled with DLC characters, stages, new content. So Injustice 2 is confirmed to have a longer lifespan as far as content. You know what I mean? So I don't know how many extra DLC characters we're going to get after the 9, or if it's just going to be 9 throughout the course of a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. We will see. If they do span the DLC over 2 years, that means that we're not going to get Mortal Kombat 11 in 2019 like I thought. We're probably going to get it in like 2020, because that would give Injustice 2 a 3-year life cycle if they do move forward with 2 years of like new content. So we're gonna have to wait and see, but let me know what you guys think of this new development for NetherRealm. They've never really done the same DLC character from one game moving into another game, and after this Watchtower, Ed Boon confirmed that, you know, they're just because the DLC character was in Injustice 1 doesn't mean that he can make it as DLC again for Injustice 2. They're not going to make it onto the main roster, but that doesn't mean that they can't be added in the future. So it's interesting. Which DLC characters from the first Injustice game would you like to see make a return in Injustice 2? I gotta be honest, Batgirl was one of the most fun characters. She was broken as hell. I don't care if they rework her or if they keep her the same, just that tone down her vortex and tone down a lot of her a lot of the things that made her like a silly, overpowered character. Martian Manhunter was insanely overpowered as well. Obviously, he's one of the strongest DC characters, so he's going to be good no matter what, just because of all the abilities that he has. But I would definitely like to see Martian Manhunter and Batgirl return to Injustice 2. So that's going to be the end of today's video. Let me know what you guys think. By the way, I do still think that Sub-Zero is going to make it into Injustice 2. Again, Ed Boon was asked if there's going to be a third-party DLC character, or if there's chances for a third-party DLC character like Scorpion was in Injustice, and he answers the same way every time, and he even said, we have no information at this moment. So that means that they're obviously going to announce something later on. He said that Scorpion, and every time that they do these like third-party DLC, guest DLCs for their games, they're always the most downloaded character. So he says that he would be surprised if they wouldn't do something like that. So obviously, Mortal Kombat characters are going to be joining Injustice 2. It just depends on how many, because I think that Sub-Zero is 100% lock, in my opinion, just because I think he would attract a lot of the casual audience that might not like Injustice, but might like Mortal Kombat, and they see Sub-Zero and they might want to buy the game. Spawn, I think, has to be in the game, and then after that we'll see what other characters. But that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. What's going on, guys? It's Super here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys subscribe or check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.